And welcome along and welcome back to our Start From Scratch series here on the Old Farm Countryside. And today we're going to be concentrating on expanding Field 35. Now, Field 33, that is currently got our Lamborghini on there. That is doing subsoiling, ready for some planting on there. So that field's expansion has come along quite nicely. But we still do have many trees in the way here on here. And rather than cut the trees as we did last time, because it was a little bit slow doing it that way. This way is going to be a little bit less profitable, but should be good because we're using this. This is the Lizard Trex 600. It should make some very short work of these trees. So we're going to have a try of this. We're going to get rid of these trees here that are in the way of expanding the field this way. We're also going to move our tent as well. We're gonna go and move that a bit closer to our yard. And we're also going to remove some of the trees down the side there because we need to do that as well. So let's jump into the Trex here. Let's start it up. There we go. Start it running. Now I think I'm not exactly sure how you control. There we go. That's how we control the bit. So that is approaching in there. Wait, and we need to get that running. Oh, no. That running. There we go. Can we get this into here? Yeah, there we go. And into the first tree. Wow, that has just got rid of it really quickly. That is massively quick. And if you lower it right down, it really gets rid of it very fast. There we go. That's the first two trees out. There is a stump still there, and but this is going to speed things up massively. And that is it is basically a huge stump grinder. But it's, as far as clearing trees, as far as us getting trees out the way and done and dusted, right, it should do us really well. There we go. Down to the bottom of the tree. Take it right in. There we are. And it has taken it down to a stump. But I quite like that. And that's, I think the standard stump grinder can be used a little bit like this as well. There we go. Right, I'm going to leave the trees that are right on the edge there. These ones need to come out as well, though. Be interested to see how this works on other trees. Ones that are not quite so standard as these. There we go, and onto the stump, because we don't want to leave any stumps in the field. He's just making such short work of these trees, this. Absolutely fantastic. So we're gonna expand Field 35 up this way and give it a bit of an L shape. Is the idea. And then that should leave us enough space for our yard as well. There we go. But that has cleared the tree down here. So there are a couple of trees down the side here that sort of mark the boundary between 35 and the extended 30 and the extended 33. We're going to leave this one here, but we're going to start taking them here. Now, does this get rid of bushes as well? It doesn't. Not that that's an issue. There we go. And again, it's getting rid of these. So even these irregular ones, it makes some really short work of. That's pretty cool. I'm quite happy with that. Again, away goes that. Now there is a stump there to get rid of as well. This was worth every penny of hiring this. We're going to be able to turn around and get this, get the new edge of this field ploughed straight off. There we are. That's got that. Right, one more because we'll take the bit south of here. That tree there will be an edge marker. My plan is, right, I think that's done. I think in record time we've got rid of all those bits. That was really good. It was a little bit of an indulgent to do that. We did borrow a little bit of money so that we could hire this. We will pretty much immediately return it, I think. But I just wanted to have a good go with it. Because it was a mod that intrigued me and I thought was pretty cool. I don't think we have any other trees to get rid of, unfortunately, at the moment. But we'll leave this in our yard for now and return it later. But that was a good bit of fun, and I hope you enjoyed sort of opening the video with that. We want to go and pick up our tractor now, and we're going to do something a little bit similar to what we did last time. Wow. So, if there's any doubt in my mind that there's a loose connection on my joystick, that's it. That is just, everything is open. Yeah, that is not going to behave itself. What I'll have to do is close that and switch it, and that'll keep them closed. But yeah, that's not good. Definitely an issue there with my stuff. We do have the normal stump grinder. We might return that as well. I thought we had... Oh yeah, it's over there. We've got the case ripper to do the edge of our field. So as I said, what the next thing we need to do is we're going to sell our tent and buy ourselves a new house. Shouldn't cost us very much to do this. We may have to borrow a little bit of money though. So if we go into the garage, we want to sell the tent. It should be under... Oh, we want owned items. There we go. So sell the farm tent. Yes. Perfect. And then we're going to build ourselves a new house. So we've got a few choices. I think we're going to use this farmhouse. This is a pretty good farmhouse. 36. Oh, actually, no. I think we're going to have to place another tent. We can't actually afford to do anything else. But that's fine. There we go. And turn that. So we want the campfire and everything out. And yeah, we'll put it here like so. Just checking that that is the flattest point we can put it. But that's, yeah, that's a nice area there. I think what we'll do as well though, we'll encroach the grass a little bit. There we are. So just sort of do that there like that. I don't want it to be too big an area around our tent. That's, in fact, I actually want our around our tent to be grass. That would be good. That would be a good choice, I think. So yeah, a little bit of a muddy patch around the edge, but otherwise, let's just bring things in a little bit. Have it staked into the grass. There we go. I like that. That's perfect. So we'll go with that. Of course, then have the same issue again. Yeah, I definitely need to sort this out. Oh, wow. Right, there we go. Let's go and get ripping the extra bit of field. So you can see where the other field sort of heads up and out here. So we're going to bring this down. And I don't think we got it set to do that at the moment. So let's see if we can. There we go. Now we're on create fields. And we're going to leave a little bit of gap here. But we're going to go up and round. Now this grass here, this is not field grass, so it's going to be a little bit of an issue because what we're going to have to do is fill this whole area in. So this is much more much more work than our other field is, whereas our other field is mainly sorted via this is where our tent was, that's why. It was a lot less work because we only had to go round the edge bits that hadn't previously been grass field. This is not grass field at the top, so we have this issue where it's a large area we're gonna have to fill in, and as a result, it's quite a bit of work. I'm also going to bring it across to this corner here, and the entrance way here. We'll probably remark that in a bit, but that's all good. I'm happy with that, so we'll leave that there. As I said, we're just marking the field out with this, and I haven't taken any trees outside there because I'm not expanding that way. We are going to expand from this corner though, round and out here. So we'll line up, drop this down, and this is really our farm beginning to take shape. Our farm beginning to rearrange to how we want it. We want to move away from the whole square, or sorry, rectangular fields thing, and have a have something that properly uses or utilizes the land that's here. Now I'm going to mark this out with this, but as with the previous one, we're going to want to fill in the bits that aren't fields. So we can see the grass field here. We can see where we're going with it. We're going to go up to this tree here. So we're sticking inside the grass field, but again, it's going to be through here that we go, and that gives us a decent amount to play with. And then it's not quite so far up. We're giving ourselves a really nice big area of land to do stuff with. And then we're going to have a small field in the middle of here, a small grass field in the middle here, that will eventually fence off. I want to get some fence placements and just sort of fence this middle bit off, so that you see that there we have we now have expanded this field quite nicely. And I'm going to come back in and sort of bring it round around that there like that. There we go. So that is our new field layout. We're not too bad as far as here goes. What we need to do is we are going to get the landscaping tool quickly, and what we want to do again is we're going to take the landscape size down, and we just want to carve around the edge here, just to make this to be the edge. And we're using that size there because I don't want to really put an edge much bigger than that. But this will then allow us to just sort of go along here. And it means that when we come along with course play, as before, we're not going to suddenly find ourselves doing a whole load of field we don't want to do. We're going to be in a position where we've still got an edge. And it's going to be an interesting thing when we come to the yard. It's because obviously we want the yard to be yard and not field edge and not have the same issues. Just keeping the trying to keep this as straight as possible. Yeah, so I want to bring that round the tree a little bit, and then down there to the corner there. There we go. So that then has defined this field. I'm gonna, as I said before, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this out a little bit this way. Actually, that's a really neat way to do it. So what I did there was I pressed the sideways while holding the mouse down, and it worked. It worked really, really well. So what we need to do is this section here that isn't grass field, that needs doing, as does the bottom bit down here. And then if we come up to the top, we've got this big section up the top here that needs doing as well. So we're going to get onto that and get this done basically. So yeah, we'll start off with this bit down the side, because it's not a huge bit, and we can more easily get it done. So very much the same as last time. We're just sort of carving out those bits that we need to carve out, and we know that we can then go over this with the subsoiler later. What I might do is try and get this lined before we go and do this with the subsoiler, because if I don't, we're going to end up with the issue we have on field 33 at the moment, where we haven't subsoiled. So I'm going to have to subsoil before we plant. So one question I find myself asking actually while I'm doing this is, if we look at the map, I think this whole field does need ploughing anyway. So I'll go and have a look over here. And if we look at this and look at the status, yeah, field 35 needs ploughing anyway. Field 34 doesn't. But my thought is, we might as well, with this, we've got the subsoiler going over there, we might as well just plough the whole thing, because that just makes sense. So yeah, let's hit that. Yeah, you can see where we've got ploughed stuff at the moment. So I'm just gonna plough the whole thing because we need to anyway. So it makes perfect sense to be doing it. So down we go, and our subsoiler is busy, of course. So let's just get to it, and hopefully we won't mess up too much on the edges, and end up expanding the field where I don't want to. Now, because I can't automate the, or I can't send a hired worker to do these areas that are not defined as fields at the moment, what I decided is not to keep going up and down. We're gonna do these bits, do these areas that needs doing first, and then once those are done, we can send a hired worker on this job. Our Lamborghini is almost finished, so I'm hoping that we're going to be getting seeding with that in a minute. But yeah, this is why there's been a sudden shift from what I was doing, where I was doing the whole field, to just doing these areas, because yeah, I can much more easily spend my time doing stuff, other bits and pieces, like maybe doing a contract or something, while this is doing some more ploughing on its own. We're up at the top end, filling in this big area now. I also noticed that our Lamborghini is going round the edge of its field. It has left a few patches, so there's going to be some cleanup. Hopefully by the time that finishes, by the time that's done, the headlands on that, we'll be finished on here. I can leave this going and just go and clean that up. It is a very samey episode to last time, I will admit, today. But we do need to get these two fields ready for the next stage of our farm. These are two very large fields at this point. They are going to be they're going to be absolutely essential to us getting our yard built, and what crop we put in here is going to be equally as essential. You know, what we make of these two fields is what's going to get the farm built, basically. So it's going to be a case of probably soybeans, I think. Soybeans or canola are pretty good high-yielding crops, or high-priced crops. High-yielding they aren't, but they do pay quite well. The other one is wheat, and it's really a question of, do we want any bales? We do have quite a good stack of bales over in our yard anyway. So, yeah, I think that's a fairly moot point, but still one worth considering. We get money off the bales as well. So, yeah. Where do we go with that? I don't know. But we are increasing the size of this field quite a lot. So, if we went with wheat, we'd probably get a fair number of bales off as well. Ooh. It also kind of depends on what animals we're going to get. So, yeah, I think there's some decisions to be made. Right, last two little bits, and we can then set this off on the field. Our Lamborghini hasn't quite reached the end yet, but certainly these two fields are soon going to be absolutely ready for us to plant and move on. So, yeah, that is going to be fantastic. We are going to be in a great position in the near future. We might have to borrow a little bit of money to get ourselves into it, but yeah, I'm not worried at all about this when we have this amount of land to have a play with, and certainly we can go and do some contracts while we wait. So let's turn off create field. So we want to limit this to fields, seeing as we have now done all the stuff that we need to do. We'll line this up here. And we'll set this off with a hired worker, which should be able to handle this absolutely fine. Then we'll go and have a look at this. So this is not doing too bad, but you can see a large area here which we missed with the plough. So we are going to have to go and have a go with that and get that cleared. But yeah, there does seem to be a large area there that needs ploughing and needs doing. The rest, actually, it's taken this grass really quite well. So I'm very happy with that. We've got a few bits at the ends there to do, but otherwise it's done pretty well. And in fact, you can see, yeah, it's stuff in the corner as well. But this will get finished as well. And once we've done that, we've got two great fields. I think we'll get some placeables in next time so that we can do some proper edges on this. For now, though, all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. And for all the latest videos and live streams from Virtual Farmer, please subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. And I will see you next time. Goodbye.